going to be a good show. We're going to talk a lot of World Cup stuff. The Green Ranger died. I don't think I talked about that on the last show. Yeah, suicide. He unalived himself. So we'll get into that. I got a lot of soccer stuff to talk about. A lot of TV history. We've been gone for 2 weeks. But no more. Welcome to the show.
From Atlanta, Fulton County.
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
What color I see? Then you maintain the status. December 7th, 19. I'm gonna question a psychopath.
I got me.
Officially here, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is Keith Paesel. You know what we do. We're going to be here watching TV and just dicking around. We got a lot of dicking around to do. We've taken Thanksgiving off, and that's quite frankly enough. I'm going to fade the music out, and we're going to get right into it. We got a lot of holiday television. You know, we're live, just like the chat says. We got the chat up on the screen here. The president of the chat, James Bailey. Or, as he's known in the chat, as I Am a Lobster Man. It's a fun name. It's a very fun name. Let's get some TV in here. The World Cup has been happening while we've been gone. So we're going to talk about that. This is my favorite time / kind of least favorite time of the year because everyone, you know, the 364 days of the year, they despise the game of soccer. And then the second the World Cup starts, they unfurl their 23andMe test, and that's how they rank the national teams. But the United States is cooking a little bit, you know? So you gotta root for your interests. The US didn't make it in the last World Cup, so I fucked with people and I'm like, yeah, I'm rooting for Belgium. And they're like, oh, you part Belgian? And I'm like, no, I like waffles. And they have Romelu Lukaku, who missed a goal today, really let his country down. That was that poster we saw today, Larry. Dude, who hit the post. He did do it twice. Yeah. So we got Home Alone on right now, which is always a holiday favorite. Nickelodeon got the Fairly Odd Parents. That's always a trip fest right there. Fairly Odd Parents is one of those shows where, like, you wonder why your kid got addicted to pills. It's the Fairly Odd Parents. Yeah, a lot did happen while we were off, including the poor death of the Green Ranger, which we'll get into, but we'll get into a little channel surf here. Oh, yeah, and the person from Stevie Nicks, Catherine McVie. But, you know, as long as Stevie Nicks is okay, I think we'll be fine. Ooh, we got a Lethal Weapon 3 here on fucking, on... What is this on, Bounce. This is Bounce. This is low-grade BET stuff here. But my thing... So here's the thing with the World Cup. Is... Everyone, when this time comes around and it becomes the time to compare the footballs, I feel like people immediately start off on the wrong foot in trying to compare our football, American football, to that soccer. And they try and do it on like a TV rate. Like, initially they'll be like, well, more people watch the NFL and the NFL makes more money. And like, you know, that's kind of an unfair argument because the NFL makes more people watch the NFL on TV than anything on planet Earth. Like the NFL by exponential amounts, maybe not exponential. That's a large increase, but like around 14 to 17 million people watch Sunday Night Football. I haven't seen. I could look up the daytime ratings, but I'm guessing around 20 watch during the day. So around 40 million people collectively. It might even be the same 17 and 20 that go into Sunday Night Football from day. But that's like so above and beyond what anybody watches on TV. It's an unfair comparison to make because the next sport below it, which is college football, gets like 8 to 9 million. So, I mean, the drop off after the NFL is quite incredible. So that right away, you're getting off on the wrong foot of trying to compare soccer to the NFL, because it's just kind of designed to be like Amazon or Netflix or like one of these giant conglomerate corporations that just absorbs other small stuff. Like, and a lot of people's opinions of soccer, I feel like, is ingrained by just the style of country we are and like the quote unquote American exceptionalism ideal thing. Like before the Great Depression and World War I, soccer was the number one sport in the United States because most of the people that were in the United States were immigrants from other countries, direct, Generation 1 shit, fresh off the boat. So their sport was soccer. They played soccer. There was this team in Chicago called Sparta Chicago that were all Hungarian immigrants. And teams from Hungary would regularly come in and Sparta Chicago would fucking wreck them. And then World War I happened. And both World Wars. Was the Great Depression after World War II? Yeah.
Wait, no, it was before.
It was before, yeah.
World War II was before the Great.
So World War I happens, the Great Depression happens, and everyone kind of blames Europe for a lot of shit. And equally, it becomes very popular to rebuild America, American shit, American products. And that's kind of when American sports first popped off, was in like the 1920s, because that's when people really got behind the like, we got to become the greatest. We're the greatest country ever. And like, we're probably hype on World War I because we swooped in and won that shit too. So that kind of tipped the scales. So I just think, yeah, it's an unfair comparison, and it's just two different sports. Like you could argue, I mean, they're both, it's stupid to, like, they're both just dumb sports. Like, it's dumb to get so heated about everything. But, you know, I feel like the things that people nitpick about each sport are the things that people enjoy about said sport. You can say that the NFL is just barbaric, people's heads clashing, they're killing each other for money. It's a lot like the Romans used to do at the Colosseum. Very barbaric. For ultimately, I mean, you're going to make a lot of money, but you're going to be fucking murdering your family by the time you're 52, putting a bullet in your chest. Fucking Martin Luthering a note to your chest about how fucking your brain's working. So, and then you can argue about football. Oh, it's boring. There's not a lot of scoring. That's usually what people hang their hat on, is there's not a lot of scoring. And that is the one I could push back on, is when people are like, soccer's boring. Because you could argue that you're smoking some Animal Face. Ooh, that's a good, what's my weed called? In the chat here. What was this called? This was called like Raspberry Onion or some bullshit. I ripped the sticker off. But it's good stuff. We got weed here. I had all these talking points written. Well, let's go to the TV a little bit here. We'll get back to my soccer argument.
Crimes in the city, and you're hassling me for crossing the street. Shut up! Yeah.
So this is Lethal Weapon 3. This is when they were really trying hard. 1992. I didn't realize that the first Lethal Weapon was so old. Because I was kind of fresh during Lethal Weapon 3. This was new in my eyes. But in my head, all the Lethal Weapons had come out 5 years previous.
Yeah? License for jaywalking?
Yeah, jaywalking. I don't have it on me, okay? I wasn't driving, okay? I was walking. What, do I need a walking license now?
Let's just shoot. Get out of the way, Rod. I'm gonna
Is this the beginning? Yeah, this is 15 minutes in. This is just establishing character. What if that was the plot, though? What if it was just, like, it went from them fucking debunking terror threats to them just writing tickets and arguing? It just became a buddy cop. Willie Nelson live at BootyCon.
Haley also shared with us her pre-show rituals.
Honestly,
Her
like,
pre-show
just
rituals.
get sleep. I drink a lot of water before pretty much anything. It's more
Man,
about
stars are so boring now. We were talking about that earlier, actually, about how, like, they were talking about some fucking indie star, and he was like, you know, like, Sufjan Stevens, and he was talking about how he, like, plays till 8, like, he's out till 2, jumps on a bus, like, about how ragged his life is, and then Harry Styles and all these new pop stars, they're like, I get 12 hours of sleep, I fucking get a steam facial directly after the show, and, like, this, it really is, I feel like before being in a band was all about kind of, like, the rugged aspects of life. Like, you were probably, like, people, when pop stars start getting, like, high-end lifestyles, you usually get made fun of by, like, the rock and roll people. Like, Jack White probably makes fun of Taylor Swift. I mean, God knows he ain't doing anything to his face. He's fucking pale as a goddamn ghost. He ain't doing any self-care, that Jack White. But yeah, they just asked that girl, like, what's your pre-show ritual? And most people would be like, you know, I inhale the things out of a fucking Whippet container. Like, you know, the whipped cream container, you inhale a little bit and you get high. Like, but she's like, you know, I read a book, I relax, I pray. They're so safe now, these stars. Little classic Dick Van Dyke.
I joined the military.
Harry Styles eats a well-rounded acidic meal beforehand. Anti-acidic. Although he just fell off the wagon. Harry Styles just fucking... Yeah. What is this? Is this like a commercial for adopting people? Are we adopting blind homeless warriors like the dogs? Will you remember me? Sarah McLachlan wouldn't offer her fucking tune for this.
Alone. They need your help.
Fucking Trace Atkins.
Need Wounded Warrior Project.
I'm the only one donating to this shit.
$15 a month.
I was ready to give up, and the Wounded Warrior Project showed me that there's still things out there for you.
I extra 4.5 days in my life because of the United States goddamn government should be fucking honoring the warriors. What the fuck you putting this on us for? The citizens, the workers.
Programs and services that make life-changing differences for warriors and their families.
Fucking warriors.
We physically left the war, but we live and deal with the war daily.
I'm gonna need help for the rest of my life. Please continue to...
I did not see the Alex Jones interview with Ye at all. I know he did a Tim Pooler. Let's watch the Alex Jones interview with Ye. Why don't we do that? Let's get the clips. I mean, I know the whole one ain't on YouTube, but we'll see what we get. Yeah, the last name fits. Jack White is very white. Let's see here. Let's see if you AL if the first thing they Alex Jones. Who the fuck is Alan Walker? Some lib? Is that some lib version? Okay, let's see. We got a New York Post clip right here. Praises Nazis.
You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Why is he wearing like a fucking... He looks like he committed 9/11.
About Hitler also. The Jew, I love everyone. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being.
This is like a little boy who's playing pretend. Like, I'm gonna play cops and wabos and go on Alex Jones. Like, who dresses like that? He's wearing the 1995 and 1 jacket. That's wild. Like, he looks like he's got a voice, like there's a... At exactly 7:30 p.m., I will lock all the gates in your house. Like he's announcing the purge.
Has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler.
I mean, it's the classic, he had some good ideas thing. Let's click it over. Go to the next clip. Somehow stuns Alex Jones.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
There's a lot of things that I love about Hitler.
Oh, he
Kanye West has
it.
had one hell of a fall.
He really emphasized it. He goes, I love Hitler. Yeah, that's fucking doubling down.
So, I have a few.
I don't want to watch your video. I want to watch the clips of the thing. Oh, we got a whole 2-hour fucking... Why is he dressed like that? Oh, is this some guy's fucking podcast? That's all YouTube allows. Here we go. So it looks like that's the one thing people are clipping here is the I see good things about Hitler. Yeah, that's wild. Why did he dress like that? If you're gonna praise Hitler, don't dress like a terrorist. That's rule number 1. Wear a tuxedo. A lot of this nonsense.
Situation ends so well, right? Love and hip hop star Erica Mena.
And I know, like
I love the voice they use for TMZ.
Let's see what Carrie Ann Conway thinks about anti-Semitism. Take it away, Carrie.
Kanye paying $200K in child support. Safari's only forking over $4,305.
Who the fuck is Safari?
Not happy with. And now people are calling her out.
People have been saying, you know, everybody that makes money shouldn't really ask for it.
Is that actually his Donda outfit? Wasn't he wearing a bulletproof vest for Donda that said Donda on it?
People, though it is kind of hard when you put it on TV for everyone to watch.
Now all of this financial burden with my children is on me?
Is $4,000 really not enough?
It's all relative.
Erica Mena feels like just because she works, that he should be doing more.
The judge will only award what the other person can afford. You can't say to somebody,
This is Harvey's fucking, where Harvey really fucking shines here.
$80,000 a year in child support. You just can't do it.
Exactly. And in the end,
I mean, I've tried these cases. 4 Christmases. This is the time of like... That's why Hallmark really does come clutch, because everybody complains that they're so bad, but really there's 7 good Christmas movies. So Hallmark really did have a nice place in the world of like, you know, we'll do Christmas movies for you. It really is just like wallpaper.
Okay, listen. If you get one, you might as well
go back to Home Alone ski here.
Mobile.com or your local Spectrum store. Disney on Ice is hitting the road, and you're
I feel like Home Alone is loving the commercials.
Experience the coolest new adventure with your family and all your Disney friends.
Hey, if you like basketball,
College basketball season started. How do we feel about that in the chat?
Okay, so it's Sunday.
Yeah, that probably is the Donda style mask. He didn't even bother to cut holes in it or anything. We know it's you. Maybe he think that's where he's at in his mental state. He's like, if I just cover my face, they won't know it's me. He's like, Mr. fucking Bubbleface, or who was that artist? That did, Mr. Brainwash, or whatever the fuck.
Rebounds and then the high field goal percentage.
Yeah, dude, Deshaun Watson coming back this week. What do we think about that? Only took football-related questions. They should have just figured out how to talk about the women like they are a football. You know, when you, okay, so football related questions. So when you take this football into your hands, are you going to force it to do anything, or are you going to do the actual play? Love Actually is celebrating 20 years. Well, that's fucking huge. Sequel, they actually did do like yeah, it's a Valentine's Day one. I don't even know if it's a whole movie. Isn't it like a short? No, not that one. I'm saying the guy who made Love Actually did like a 20-minute Love Actually Part 2 that was like for Red Nose Day.
Oh yeah.
That's what it was for. Yeah, but they got some people from the original in it. Like Rickman, I think, was in it, and Emma Thompson. Yeah, Hugh Grant was in it. It's a great movie. I think that's one of the best romantic comedies ever.
Somebody tried to say on TikTok that it wasn't a Christmas movie.
It's absolutely a Christmas movie. It counts down to Christmas.
Everything is Christmas. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that movie counts down to Christmas.
Like, it opens up with a Christmas song.
Hallmark counts down to Christmas, and Love Actually counts down to Christmas. Love Actually is everywhere, all around. Fucking Hugh Grant shaking his ass during that.
He's embarrassed by that.
It's embarrassing to watch. It's iconic. Iconic. I don't know. Green Lantern. I think I read something, and I'll look up here, that in a 3-hour football broadcast, there's like 15 minutes of actual football played versus a soccer game, which is 90 straight minutes of action. They might not score, but the getting close, it's the journey to the goal that gets exciting. I've had heart pounding. One of the arguments I was hearing earlier is like, no one watches soccer. And I don't think it's going to be up there with the other major sports, but I think you will be surprised at how many people wake up at like 6 in the morning or 4 in the morning to watch their Premier League team. So let's look up Premier League ratings for the U.S. Okay, so this is 2022. So of the things when he would see letters and clues, it's going to be a lot of that shit. A lot of them figuring shit out.
That's fun for the whole family and has to be seen in theaters. Well, let's get moving. Disney's World.
So people do go to MLS games.
In theaters.
What I'm saying, long story short, and we'll close it out, is leave soccer alone, huh? Leave the Queen's game alone.
Deals so good, you can holiday your way. Only at Target.
I got a load full of paprika, garlic, black pepper, and salt for the all-new breading-free black and chicken.
Fucking love this commercial, dude. I love how everyone in a Popeyes commercial has to be a sassy Cajun person.
Let them try. Introducing the new...
Like, most Popeyes are in the suburbs, dude. Are there even Popeyes in Louisiana?
Hello. I saw you move in, and I wanted to welcome you to the neighborhood with some homemade biscuits.
Oh, that's so nice.
And a little tip. Geico could help you save on homeowners insurance.
Oh.
Cookies.
Biscuits.
Throw a little nutmeg in there?
Oh, it's my mum's secret recipe.
You can tell me.
It's a secret.
Is it cinnamon?
It's my mum's secret recipe.
Call Geico and see how easy saving on home...
So he actually bit Joe Pesci, now he has a scar on him? That's fucking wild. Bet you he doesn't let him fucking live that down. Frickin' bit me, fucking... I guess he had to... The frigga-fraggas in that movie come because he actually does cuss a lot. So for him to be able to do the role and not cuss, they had to do the because he kept slipping and saying like "fuck shit, bitch."
Feels like a dream.
That Joe Pesci.
A place of many wonders and full of life.
Ooh, let's watch NFL Slime Time.
Got you, ID. It's NFL Week 13, and the Miami Dolphins are packing up for a big trip. Miami will travel over 2,500 miles.
They're still doing all of these kids shows via Zoom, and I can't handle the audio. Let's get these kids compressors and fucking an audio Comarex bricks.
To take on the 49ers. Colts fans all know that their running back Jonathan
Like, that is not even a fucking blue Yeti she's talking into. She's talking through the fucking mic of her MacBook Pro. And it's unacceptable, to be quite honest with you.
Championship in the 100 meters twice. His fastest time ever was 10.49 seconds. Now that's flying. I'm Mia V, and those are the facts.
Okay, Dylan, it's party time.
Look at Nate Burleson just fucking having the easiest job ever.
That's right, and last week we took on Ace of Cakes Duff Goldman to see who could pick more game winners from 3 NFL matches.
See, I would hate doing these shows because only the barrels of slime are real around them. Like, they're surrounded by a green screen. Ooh. My voice got snotty like my Aunt Jean. All the women smokers in my family, all their words tail off with phlegm.
Now that's a mess. Team Slime Time does it again.
A perfect 3-0.
And now we're ready to take on our next challenge.
That's really all you got to do in sports broadcasting now is just throw a lot of sass on your words. 3-0. That's always the mark of a good pop star too, when you're fucking doing hand signs for the lyrics of the songs, like, as long as you love me. I saw the white dude from Backstreet Boys do that, and that's when I knew that was the move. Of like, he did the thing when they were talking about listening. He did the ear thing. Oh, I think I ran out of battery. Did I run out of battery? Hang on, I gotta go to break, guys. I fucked something up. We'll be right back.
The Minnesota Vikings! 3 games, 3 winners, and you guys know I'm gonna be wearing that plate.
Jax came to play, but I know you got us. Right, Deal?
Of course, Nate. This week, our picks are right in this spaghetti and meatballs, Nate.
I'm ready to eat.
Not so fast, Nate.
Okay.
We gotta prep.
All right.
First, the awesome sauce.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you getting saucy with it.
And now, some cheese.
Oh, yeah.
All right, go crazy, Nate.
Okay. Yeah.
This looks good. I'm going in.
Okay.
Twisted. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like your technique. Well, you like to get all the noodles in one bite.
Yeah. I think I got something.
Okay.
Our first pick is the Seattle Seahawks. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, Nate, you're up. It's time to add some meatball.
Now that's the perfect place to find pick number 2. All right, you got some over there. I got some over here. There. Must be grandmama's recipe.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Dylan. Think I got some. Yeah, I got it. Our second pick is the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's go! For our final pick, it's time to join the Clean Plate Club.
All right, let's clean this plate so we can get dessert.
All right, we're coming back.
Wait. It's slipping, Dylan.
I apologize, everybody. What a terrible show this has been. What an awful return show this has been. My whole football thing got cut off. I was at work today writing all this down, being like, this is so smart, I'm writing this down. I'm going to have such a coherent football talk, soccer talk, and the second I hit live, I forgot everything I was going to say about soccer and football.
Okay, don't move, slime timers. I'm Big Nick.
I really thought this was going to be a better episode. What a fucking back-to-back choice. Christmas Vacation and Shawshank Redemption back-to-back. Is this a Christmas movie? I've never seen this movie full all the way through.
Committed to decorating the house. I'm gonna do it right, and I'm gonna do it big.
I didn't realize that that's Johnny Galecki from fucking The Big Bang Theory.
You might be overdoing it, Dad.
Russ, when was the
Like
last?
that son of a bitch had a great career. He tried to that cocksucker tried to make us feel bad, like fucking he had nothing after Roseanne. Dude, you were Russ Griswold, bro.
You have to check every bulb.
Hell yeah, Rip John Candy. Fucking, I think Home Alone was one of his last trysts. John Candy was the first guy I ever heard of that like just straight up died from being fat. Like there was no drug addiction, just ate too many steaks.
I hope he falls and breaks his neck.
I'm sure he'll fall, but I don't think we're
Got a
lucky.
young Elaine Bennis, the young shipping heiress.
Let's go.
That guy's voice sounds like a dub over a Latino voice. Let's go, mommy. It is wild the Heights suburban dads fucking will just scale their houses. Like they own it. I can handle it. Like there are multiple times my dad was just so inebriated on the roof where I'm like, how the fuck are you surviving this? We should be playing the lottery. The odds you're fucking breaking through here. And you know what? I never saw Uncle Buck. I'm not a fan of Uncle Buck. I've tried watching it. I get it. It's a young Macaulay, but I don't know. Fucking Mrs. Raymond here. Ooh, let's get into a little fucking Hallmark Christmas here. A tale of in it.
There is a kidnapped van, white kind of line with no windows. There's some things I wish I didn't know. I worry about the pretty ones and the sweethearts. They seem to show up in the paper missing more than us. Don't think it's just a fragile sack of blood. Yeah, you are, but it makes it difficult to buy groceries when you're hiding. I worry about the burnouts and the wet red eyes. They seem to show up in the paper shot by cops more than us. Lifetime of TV. Stop what you're doing and kiss me too much. Right here where I rest my twitches. I worry about the ghetto kids and their Kevlar. They seem to show up in the paper under a flag much too much.
Finishing a bowl. TV League in history when we come back. New graphics for the TV League, and I understand these might be a little hard to read at first, but these are it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not just gonna tweet out the top 20. I'm gonna tweet out all one. Right now there's 169 shows, and then in the second TV League slide, we have the rest of the shows, and then the Broadcasters Championship over here on the right. And I think what I'm gonna do is take screenshots of each of these columns. I'm not gonna tweet out this big ass fucking thing, because it's 6,000 by 6,000. I mean, this is a high res. You can make this your computer wallpaper if you wanted to, which would be great. We make it the whole country to make their computer the TV League. But let's get into the numbers. Ooh, TV League 1 is fucked up. All right. So here is what we'll do. Do you want to get into the standings first or the week by week breakdown? And then we get into the standings, and I'll let you answer. And we got NCIS at number 6, 661 points. Really not doing well. I mean, you'd think this new season would be catching on, but I don't think it's got the romance to the audience that Grey's Anatomy has. Better Call Saul, number 7, 636 points. Then we have Young Sheldon, The Simpsons, Family Guy, Handmaid's Tale, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, Chicago Fire, The Voice, Sunday Night Football, FBI, Blue Bloods, 60 Minutes, Big Brother, and South Park, all rounding out the top 20. And we got a few shows that are just about to crack into that top 20. 48 Hours, The Office, Judy Justice. Freevies Judy Justice is just cracking into the top 20 here. And this is what the TV League is good for, because the Nielsen ratings and Flix Patrol alone would never show you that people are watching Judy Justice. You wouldn't have people, if you told someone walking down the street, you know, this Judy Justice show is popping off at the Hilt, they'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Then you show them the fucking TV League standings. Number 23, bitch, in the world. Above Big Bang Theory. More people are hyping up Judy Justice than the Big Bang Theory and Star Wars Andor. That's how powerful Judy is. Then we got Acapulco Shore. This is a show I hope really catches fire, because I love a Guido Mexican, and that's all that show is. Truly beautiful. And then we'll go to the new shows. So we had a lot of new entrants over the last few days here. The Sinner, a Netflix show, 35 points. All of these shows from 160 to 69 are all 35 points. 69. The Winchesters and Supernatural. A Supernatural fucking sandwich here, with Planet Frozen as the meat. And then 164. Let's go to the next window here. Let's switch windows on you.
The Holiday Stocking. All new Saturday at 10 on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.
In the world of ninja.
In the world of ninja, what is this, Twitch? Are we gaming? All right, what am I going to? What am I going to here? Warrior Nun, the show. I think that we talked about that 2 weeks ago. We were making fun of Warrior Nun. We watched the trailer. That actually scored 40 points. Zootopia Plus scored 43. What else is a newer one here? 1899, 52 points, debuted at 141st place. Looks like that's a German show about the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, and then we just got the rest of the league here. And then we go down to the Broadcasters Championship. We have Paramount Global extending its lead over everybody else. They have 8,400 points. And then number 2 is the Walt Disney Company with 7,760 points. Number 3 is Warner Brothers Discovery with 4,597. Then we have Comcast at 3678, Amazon at 2852, Netflix at 1834, and then 7 through 16 is Amazon or AMC, BBC, Lionsgate Entertainment Corporation, which is the Stars channel, CW, ITV, Channel 4 Television, Channel 4 Television Corporation. All of those 123 points are the Great British Bake Off, a juggernaut of British television. So yeah, them's is the TV League standings. Boy, what do you say we close this out strong with a little motherfucking TV history?
There are new COVID-19 booster shots designed for...
I think I got a lot of shit lined up here. Got a lot of things to choose from. I am going to do a Sunday show too, because I talked about this with Bailey and Aponte. We're going to move the regular record to Sunday night because it's better for TV League. Because that's when the Flix Patrol all ends, and I can just total everything. And then we can just do a clean week.
Celebrates them. Shutterfly will even mail them for you. Know what this says? It says you love Busy Family.
So what do we have to choose from here?
Stocking stuffers to cards with code Chris40 at Shutterfly.
Let's just go from the top to bottom.
Trust Safe Flight. This couple was headed to the farmer's market.
Safe Flight repairs, Safe Flight replace.
For a same-day repair. And with their insurance, it was no cost to them. That's service the way you need it.
Safe Flight repair, Safe Flight replace.
Why do so many businesses use Stamps.com? They save time by printing discounted stamps.
Because there's no post offices anymore?
On their computers. Get a 4-week trial.
Stamps.com is the post office, though, I think. Like, I pretty much think that's a post office situation.
Incredibly delicious Somnipure melatonin gummies will help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling refreshed. Rush to Walmart for Somnipure gummies from Force Factor.
Hi, I'm John Fiorentino, inventor of the Moon Pod, a breakthrough in therapeutic relaxation that's changing the way the world sits.
I really use my Moon Pod as a therapeutic device.
Moon Pods sound like something that deals with a period in some way, shape, or form. I sit in my Moon Pod and just... ceases to be that time of month for however long I'm in my Moon Pod.
Promise. It really is the most...
It's a beanbag chair. I mean, you're reselling a beanbag chair. Like, you know, that's stoner shit. Trying to get stoners to pay $50, might as well serve her a stick. So November 18th, 1995. I know on the other screen here. So this episode of Walker, Texas Ranger is called The Lynching. It stars the dude who played the catcher in Major League, and he plays a mentally retarded man. I do believe I have time codes for this. I sure do. All right. This week's shows, here we go. I had to download this fucker illegally. So, the dude who plays the catcher in Major League, he plays a simple-minded fella who works hard on some lady's farm and then she ends up getting killed, and they all think he did it. And like Walker will say, your brother doesn't seem retarded. Why is this taking so long? Here we go. Starting out as hopeful as any episode of Walker, Texas Ranger could, you know? Look at him, dude. You gotta show he is simple-minded, but he's fucking yoked, bro.
Goodness, you chopped enough for 2 winners.
I like chopping wood, Miss Casey. But you anyways, I did.
I know you do, Jonah. But it's gonna be dark soon.
Yeah, but
It's gonna be dark soon. You know what that means. You know what dark time means?
the way the trees look, real nice.
Yeah, George loved this time of day. We used to sit out here and sip a little wine, talk. Well,
You ever simp a little wine, guy from Major League?
too darn nice.
He's got classic 90s, like, retarded guy haircut. In the 90s, they always gave the mentally challenged guy a goofy haircut.
That's good. Well, I better quit now.
That's another thing with just the, like, kind of looking around. Like, in the 90s, what would just be considered slightly autistic, it was fully mentally retarded in the 90s. You know, he's got posters, childlike shit in his room, lives in the barn. Just cracking a sody pop. I was just drinking a Sprite. Look at that. Kanye West coming out of the house. We get full Kanye. Your neighbor, dude, my Aunt Jean loved this show. I visited my Aunt Jean and Uncle Dean in Troy, Ohio, and they watched Walker, Texas Ranger every single night I was there. You know what? I don't hate this show. It's stupid and it's silly, but I don't hate it. I mean, if you want to see fucking a white guy do a couple round kicks, this is a show to watch. He does the classic, like, 90s whimpering. Mrs. S. No, the town thinks he's a killer. I know who the killer is because I've watched this. But now we're watching it. Look at the blood on the neck. He just strips naked. Gonna go hug a pillow because he's just a simple fella. Got the obvious. This is back when the maid was a Latino. Undeniable. I just love, too, how, like, you can tell there were no Floyds happening because this episode is called The Lynching, has nothing to do with black people. They do try and lynch old boy, but, like, it's not really a lynching. If it's kind of like how white people can only be racist. Like, you can't lynch a white guy. You can hang a white guy, but it ain't a lynching. The new Walker is less stupid and less watchable. Like, they tried to make it more just like a dude in tan overalls fucking whooping ass, but, like, they took the Ranger aspect of it because, you know, ACAB, but, you know, some shows need to look at these fucking hooping and hollering.
Situation here.
You got fucking Otis from the WWE as the sheriff.
Want to lynch my prisoner. We need some help here. Pronto.
We're about 40 miles from Bramer. We'll be there in less than an hour. What's going on? If we don't hurry, a lynching.
If we don't hurry, a lynching. It's Texas. There's lynchings happening, bro. So check this out. Chuck Norris sings this intro.
In the eyes of a ranger, the unsuspecting stranger had better know the truth of wrong from right.
This is a song. It sounds like he just got drunk and started fucking rhyming. In the better words of a stranger lies danger. His name's Walker, and he is soccer.
Behind you, 'cause that's where the ranger's gonna be.
Here we are. This is the lynching. This is the namesake lynching. Fucking Walker driving up on his Ram 5500. All name brand cars. This is back when TV shows was just really an ad. They might as well have been playing Like a Rock by Bob Seger.
Move away from the sheriff. Move!
I mean, he's 6'6" and overpowering him. Like he's. Why would you just let him hang him? And my Billy. So that's you find out that he. Well, they'll explain it. So he was a party to a death earlier.
Do it now! Easy. Easy, I got it.
It'd be funny if they still just drove. Look at that fat guy trying to chug out after him.
Get him inside. Easy, sir. You're safe now. It's okay.
Fucking the first set of roundhouses coming right now.
All right, that's far enough. Give us Jonah Nelson. What you're gonna get is jail time if you don't disperse.
Listen to this.
Stomp you good, Ranger.
Stomp you good, Ranger. I love that when the punches were the.
Now back off, all of you.
All right, that's it. That's it. Listen to the Ranger. What? We're going home now. Do what the man says.
Let's all take our cowboy hats and be better men here.
Mayor Bramer, attorney at law.
You better keep these people in line, Mayor.
There's the cowboy hats and there's the baseball hats, and the baseball hats are the wild cards in this scenario.
Since her murderer is a mentally challenged individual, probably didn't realize what the hell he was doing.
He hasn't been convicted yet.
Of course. A terrible thing here, sir. Very tragic.
I tried to move him out of town. That was a mistake. They just swarmed us.
So here,
What's
we're going to go to
Sheriff?
Walker questioning the simpleton.
And I could see he was holding something, but I couldn't see what it was.
He's no dumber than his character in Major League, because he's a dumb guy in Major League too.
And then I go inside.
What a good fucking role to have in Hollywood in the 90s. Dumb white guy. I'd take it. I'd take it now. Especially now. It's a role they're giving now.
Why did you run, Jonah?
Because I was scared. And I wanted to go to Jonah's Island.
What's Jonah's Island?
It's a place where everyone is happy.
I love that. This is the most retarded he gets, so it's just like that's how they, because they don't want to go full like hand on the chest, so it's like I wanted to go to Jonah Island where the sky's made of candy and the sounds are music. Like he just says weird, like he's on an acid trip.
Where the sea is full of fish and the sky is full of birds and the lions and bears can talk and everyone is friendly on Jonah's Island.
Don't you worry now. I'll be back soon.
Okay.
Here, the next one is my favorite line
Okay,
of the
victim
whole
was
fucking
last seen the
thing.
afternoon of the murder. Evidently, she went shopping.
Well, McKay.
So they introduced the brother at some point. They introduce, I think his name is Gary, Gary's brother. And he, at first, is like an advocate for him. And he's like, I know my brother didn't do this. And he's kind of like, in all of these episodes and movies, and where there's a mentally retarded person, there's always the brother who like advocates for him. And it's just like, nope, not my brother. We were at the feed store when he did this. There's no way he can do this. And that's what this guy is. And Walker utters the best sentence ever.
It's home. Jonah's 20th birthday. Miss Casey was a kind woman. She really cared. She gave him a job. She let him stay here for free.
Watch. This is... He's just fucking melted down about how nice his brother is, and this is what Walker has to say.
That sort of gave him some independence. And that's why I know he did not do, everybody says.
Jonah doesn't seem to be retarded to me.
That's what the doctors call it.
Jonah doesn't seem to be retarded to me.
And that's why I know he did not do, everybody says.
Jonah doesn't seem to be retarded to me.
That's what the
fucking Walker thinks he's gold bricking, dude.
The doctors call his condition borderline. No, he did not do, everybody says.
Jonah doesn't seem to be retarded to me.
That's what the doctors call his condition borderline. Yeah, he's not normal, but he's not quite abnormal either. But the thing
just a
is,
weird
he
guy.
is retarded, and he knows it.
He is retarded, and he knows it.
Can you imagine what that feels like?
I don't know if retarded people know they're retarded. That's why they're so fucking happy. They lead joyful lives. They fucking shit on themselves, and they love it. It's great being mentally retarded.
Does he get angry about it?
Unless, you know, some of them are like, it gets physically, you know.
Well, not angry. Just sort of frustrated and scares more like it. But I know Jonah, and he didn't kill Wilma. But he's caught in the middle of it. Everybody just going along with their hate.
And Walker just picking up
turning
the old
their
Bible.
back on. Maybe one except you.
Then at the end, we find out.
Will people blame me now that I never hurt Mrs. Casey?
So at the end, we find
You
out.
almost killed an innocent man.
Here we
Mrs.
go.
Casey treated you.
Yeah, see? I got one too. First thing I did with the money.
So the brother did it because he wanted old Mrs. Casey's money.
And it'll blow a hole right through Big Jonah, so you lay yours down.
Blow a hole through his head and won't even do nothing because he don't have a brain.
You did it. You killed the only person who was ever kind to you.
Sooty he is.
Why, Uncle Earl? Mrs. Casey treated you real well.
She treated me like a hired hand. I didn't want to work for her, and I didn't want her lousy handouts.
He didn't have to. It's fucking several fucking Mrs. Caseys in this town that were looking for hired hands.
I wanted her money. All of it.
All of it.
Officers, arrest these men.
Yes, sir.
Hewitt,
Yes, sir.
Jackson, Webb.
Come on, come with us. Come with us. Let's go. Come on.
So that's the episode of Walker. How great was that, huh? What else do we have here that I can take you through? These are commercials, inside a stuff. I've got, here, speaking of fucking, let's look at, speaking of the World Cup. I'm gonna switch over here. Turn off that music. I apologize. So we're going to show you clips. This is 2 minutes of a Everton-Liverpool game from 1995. I just want to see how 80s this looks, because especially British people in 1995. Let me make sure I'm switched over on the fucking screen here. All right. This is TV history, November 18th, 1995. Clips from Liverpool Everton.
Chelskis enriched the derby match with his electrifying pace and devastating accuracy.
Back when these jerseys were baggy as fuck.
Right to the right. Graham Stewart. Killed it. Oh, hit the post. David James is a lucky lad.
Like, look at them. They all look like fucking car sales insurancemen. Car sales insurancemen.
Right out. Kanchelskis! Yes!
Yes!
Andrei Kanchelskis has scored his first goal.
He's got dirt on his bum and he's celebrating.
He scored it against Liverpool at the Kop end. I should think that's pretty much the way he dreamt it last night. Kanchelskis is supposed to provide the crosses for Rideout, but it was the other way around.
Ooh, he curved that one.
Performed their task superbly. Terrific centre. And a really well-timed header by Andrei Kanchelskis.
Look at that. Can barely fit his name on the back of that fucker. That guy's fighting for the Ukraine right now.
Limpar.
Like, look at that control. Like, look at him just running through people. Like, in the NFL, you'd just be allowed to take his head off.
Oh, 2-0.
2-0. This is back when Liverpool was dog shit, dude. Liverpool had a terrible run into the 90s through the 2000s. What else do we get here? Here, let's switch back over to the TV so I can get a little bit of audio while I look around, but I think that's kind of it. I am going to be back on Sunday, so it's not like we need to do too long of a show here. But let me see if there's anything spectacular.
Hey, I think I got it.
A lot of NFL stuff. It's all just kind of NFL games. I'm kind of sick of watching NFL games. So yeah, I think that's it. Let's just channel surf. Let's do one more surf. Kind of say goodbye. And yeah. See you on Sunday. There'll be updated TV League graphics. I will post these current crop of graphics after this episode ceases to be airing. Let's close it out with a little Sports Center while I fucking get the song going here.
Brave the desert before you find the oasis. Conquer the mountain to see how far.
So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back on Sunday. Make sure all the audio's good here. Yeah, we'll see you on Sunday. Updated TV League, updated TV history. Hopefully a funnier Keith. But yeah, we'll see ya. Goodbye.
Now, how can we announce we're off the air when we are off the air?